Andersen.
Alright you guys, what's going on? Are we getting another car?
Yeah.
I guess we are. This one's kind of crazy. Let's get into it. I can't believe this right now. This is so cool. I can't wait to get home and show you guys. Almost home, guys. It's pretty loud. Check engine light, we'll talk about it. I already knew about it, so don't be worried, but yeah, almost home. Alright guys, we made it. Time to finally get out and show you guys exactly what this thing is. Alright guys, well here she is. It's actually the next day. I had to kind of take it all in yesterday and realized this was real. Now my son's gonna help me kind of sort through it. Alright guys, so basically I'm just going to give you guys a walk around for this video. I'm actually going to be sending out the ECU and TCU today, so we're not going to go out for any rips or anything like that in this video. Unfortunately, you guys have to wait for the next one for that, so I'll keep this one short. But this car has so much done to it that we really need to have a proper in-depth walk around and explain what has been done and what's been modified on it, just as a proper introduction for the channel. Don't worry, because this thing's going to be around for a while, so we're going to have plenty of opportunities to really take it out and use it for what it was built for. But right now we just got to go through and check out what's done to it. So yeah, I'm actually going to be sending out the ECU and TCM to Josh from Mercedes Swap Shop. You guys know me and Josh are working together now for the cars and tuning. So me and him talked for a while yesterday. We were super hyped just to have this, and it's super cool to be able to work with something that he's very familiar with. So that said, let me give you guys a tour. All right guys, so I guess we're just going to kind of take our walk around it, and I'll try to point out as much as I can remember as we go. So first off, we got some 507. I don't know if they're rep wheels or if they're actual 507 wheels, but look cool nonetheless. It does have the 6-piston setup with the 2-piece rotors. My son is walking around with us. It's got the 4 pistons in the rear. Exhaust wise, it has basically a Sebring muffler. And then I'll try to get you guys underneath here. I don't know how much you will see, but it has, I think, 3-inch all the way back from what we'll get to in the engine bay later. Other kind of rare things, this is a Vornsteiner carbon fiber lip, and it also has the carbon fiber mirror caps. What else on the outside as far as that type of little stuff goes? Nothing much else as far as appearance, but the magic is really under here, and there's some cool things inside as well, so let me show you guys. All right, so inside the car, cool thing kind of period, it's got Kleemann pedals. You can see those, even a little. And then another really cool thing, somebody spent a lot of time and effort on making all of the trim inside of here carbon trim. All right, so it's got all of the carbon bits all done in here, all the trim pieces basically. It's missing a few door trim over there.
I see the window.
Yeah. And the cool thing is, I'll show you guys, this car only has 94,000 miles on it. Right there it has the ultra gauge scanner. You guys have seen that before. I had that on the ML55 as well. Let's go ahead and get to kind of the magic of all of this. All right guys, here's where it gets special. M113K out of, that's not the oil, that's the windshield washer fluid.
Engine oil and windshield washer fluid tank.
Alright guys, so it's got the inner chiller setup with some really nice AN 12 lines coming off of it, going to a side cooler down here, kind of tucked down yonder. It also has the front coolers up front for that side obviously, and then it has still the W209 fan on it. What else? There's a lot of stuff. Let me pop the front cover off and then we can talk about that part. Alright guys, so as far as setup goes on the compressor supercharger, it has basically aftermarket tensioner. I believe all the pulleys, all the billet pulleys are ASP. It still has a stock clutch pulley, but it does have a Wistek 180 millimeter adjustable crank pulley. It has part of the Creative Steel belt wrap kit, I believe, but it's kind of floating on this side. And honestly, I'm still learning a lot of it. So I believe it has a stock tensioner down here, but it has the aftermarket pulley on it. Still does have AC down there if you can see it. And then besides that, it's got still stock throttle body, I believe. It may be a bigger one, I'm not sure on that one. And then injectors still has stock ones, so we're gonna have to upgrade those. I already found a set of those. 550s is what I want to run. It does have a looped fuel rail, but I'm going to be going through that to get this in another spot because I don't want it tucked underneath, just for safety wise. So yeah, other things on the car, something very cool. Don't know how well you guys will be able to see it right now, but if you can, those are Kleeman mid-length headers, which is going down to that 3-inch setup, like I said. And the back half is done really well, the midsection not so much, so we'll be kind of going through that. And I want to put a resonator on it anyways, so you can see kind of where it's clamped up to there where the mid legs come down. So we'll be redoing that a little bit. I'm gonna need to put an AFR gauge on it, and like I said, I want to put a resonator, so gotta kind of go through that section a bit. All right, so everything said, the car was a fantastic deal and somebody really spent a lot of money putting it together, but it's still, you know, not a perfect thing right now, and it needs some cleaning up and just some safety things tackled to make it, you know, fully reliable and fully confidence inspiring for me, being such a kind of far along build that was passed along. So you can see here the wiring, we're gonna need to sort through it. It's, I mean, for the most part, like, not a ton added to it or whatever, but the person who did it the first time, and it's not the one who sold it to me, but the original builder, you know, they soldered everything, but there's just like a bunch of type of connectors and it's just not clean. So we'll be going through all of that. Okay, in the trunk we have a relocated battery, obviously because the chiller was up there where the battery used to be, but wasn't done the best. It's not the most secure, and there's no hold down on it with this top of the box, so I'll be redoing this a little bit. I'll probably build an aluminum housing like we did on the C55. They reused like some of the stock stuff and then made their own with basically like, looks like audio gauge wire. So I'll be going through that a little bit, at least for sure, getting a better tie down situation so it's at least safe, doesn't go around. And then it is missing some of the plastic panels and some carpet like that, but not a huge deal. So we'll be sourcing that as we go. I'm on the lookout for pick and pull. The other part that I was saying it's missing is this what's called kick panel, I guess, right here, and then the one up front. Oh, sorry you guys can't see, but one up front, and then the kick panel right here is also missing, so we'll be going through that. Overall though, interior is really clean. The seats are in really good shape. The back seats are like nobody's ever sat back there, probably because nobody ever has. All the like sealing around the car is still in really good shape. Sunroof, good shape. Roof, paint overall is in good shape, but does have some, I can't really tell yet, either failing clear coat on the bumpers, but it does look like possibly some of this could get buffed out. Like some of this looks like, you can see me rubbing this off, some of it looks like polishing compound that is like dried on it almost. So headlights will be easy to restore. Those are a bit faded, and then the fog lights are still there, but one of them is getting filled up with water, so I'm gonna try to pull that off, reseal it, and just, yeah, try to work my magic overall in the car. It does have a crack on the bumper. My C55 also has the same thing, so I'm not too worried about that. That plate will be coming off. I haven't gone to switch a title yet, so I'll be getting new plates anyways, but won't be running a front plate like I do on all the rest of the cars. But overall, I just I'm so thrilled to own this car and to kind of get to go on this M113K voyage now. I know for a long time people have been telling me, you know, put an M113K in the C55, and I just, that's not what that car was meant for. It's not what I wanted to do with it. That car is staying NA. It's all about lightweight, you know, reliable track type build. That's the end goal for that thing. But this now, it can be something different. It can be, you know, that high horsepower kind of cruiser and maybe weekend drag car. But yeah, you guys will have to let me know what you guys think in the comments. What should we do with this thing? Where should I start? You guys that are very familiar with M113 compressor motors, chime in, give me all the, you know, the scoop. I'm still relatively new to them as far as knowledge goes. I have a base understanding, obviously, but I don't have any, you know, time in it like I do with these things. Like these things I kind of know in and out now, but these not so much yet. But I'll be learning quickly. The fault that you guys did see, the check engine that came on the way home, was for a oil sensor that's either cross-wired, or it may just not be plugged in, because I did find this plug yesterday when I was looking through things. So yeah. All right, you guys, so I think now that you guys have seen the car, it's a good time to tell the story of how this all came to be, because it's kind of funny and kind of crazy, and it all happened very fast. So the backstory is, basically, we have a C55 group chat. I've mentioned it before on the channel, but shout out to everyone in the C55 group chat. This car got sent as a link, you know, Craigslist link, probably couple months ago now, around the time that I picked up the C36, and it got sent, and you know, right away everyone in the chat was just like, yo, what is that car? M113K swap, blah 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 blah. And I was like, oh my god, it's in Washington too, what's the story on this? But I knew that I was kind of stretched too thin at that point to even attempt to try to figure something out. So I kind of just let it be. I actually did try to email, but Craigslist was being weird and the email like wouldn't go through. So I ended up just kind of forgetting about it, and the listing was gone after a few days. So I figured, you know what, somebody probably picked it up. Like it was, you know, something like that doesn't last very long. Anything M113K swapped, if you see it, usually doesn't last very long. So I just went about everything. You know, these cars are providing enough work for me, so I wasn't too worried about it. I figured, you know, somebody got a really cool car, whatever, you know, didn't think too much about it. Well, a little bit later, this past Friday, it's now Friday, so a week ago, I was doing my normal kind of surf around the web, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, etc., and I saw it back on Craigslist again. And I was like, man, no way. Like, what are the chances of this right now? So I figured, hey, it's worth an email. So sent an email, and lo and behold, Alex, who I have met now, and obviously the previous owner of this car, shoots me an email back and says, hey, here's my number. Give me a call when you have time. We finally link up. I think on Sunday I give him a call, this past Sunday, and we just talk over the car. And basically the story is, Alex owns his own shop over here. It's called Ground Vision Performance, and he's pretty well known as just being a very good Mercedes tech and kind of overall mechanic and knowledgeable person about the automobiles, with a ton of M113K experience himself. Super cool guy. So again, shout out to you, Alex. Big thank you for all of this, but super cool to connect. And he and I just talked, you know, on the phone for probably half an hour, and he told me about the car, and I was excited, you know, him telling me everything about it. And the key thing that made it feel like, okay, maybe this is real, because sometimes when you see deals like this in a car, it was listed for $12,000. We ended up agreeing at $11,000, but with cars, something like that, you feel like it's gonna be too good to be true. It's gonna be like a sketchy, weird situation. You never know what's gonna happen with a situation like that. It's usually too good to be true. But right away, talking to Alex, I was like, okay, this guy's actually legit. He's got a shop, and he told me straight up, like, hey, I really care about, you know, my shop, and my name means a lot to me because it's my business, and I don't want this car to go to somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. And it was kind of that like perfect match. Like, I started telling him, hey, I have the channel, I've done all these, you know, different projects on the cars, and you know, everything you're describing, like, I'm comfortable taking it on. The little things that, you know, need to be fixed on the car and need to be kind of gone through, like, I can handle it. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna pull the listing and let you come and see it, no pressure, and you know, if it's something you want to do, then we'll figure it out. So Tuesday comes around, this past Tuesday, a couple days ago now, and get to go see the car, and it was awesome. I could tell right away, like, it's got good bones, you know, like it's obviously an older build. The car was picked up back in like 2014 from the actual person who put together this car as is. Alex just kind of acquired it from that person and then kind of sorted through it a bit, but the original builder basically, you know, invested a ton of money doing all the mods to it, putting the engine into it. It has Bilstein PSS9 suspension. We didn't mention that earlier in the video, so yeah, it's also on Bilstein coilovers. The brakes, the modifications to the engine, the exhaust, everything. Like, there's a lot of stuff that the original putter togetherer of this car had done. Everything as far as like dealing with Alex goes was awesome. It is like the quintessential experience of buying a car for somebody. It's exactly how you would want it to go. Alex is super transparent, super forthright about everything that he knew was wrong on the car, the good things about the car, just overall walked me through every little detail. Went out on a drive together. He drove first, and when he hit a second gear pull, I was like, yeah, this car is seriously fast. This is different than anything in the fleet right now. And obviously I had expectations of that, but it was a very cool feeling. So I'm excited to get this car kind of up to speed and ripping like that, but we were kind of taking it easy. It has an old tune file on it. It's got, I don't really know as far as what's on it. I feel like I could talk your guys' ear off as far as everything done to the car, but just know it's quite a bit. The experience overall, just from Alex, again, huge shout out to him. You guys check out Ground Vision Performance if you need a trustworthy, reliable, and very knowledgeable mechanic in the area, especially if you're dealing with these cars in particular, Mercedes, AMGs, etc. I know this is not like the cinematic reveal that you'd probably expect with a car like this, but I want to get this thing sorted, and I promise I will give you guys a great video, startups, running, driving, flybys, etc. as soon as I get it sorted, which should be in a week or so. But I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to tell you guys this. I couldn't wait to show you guys. This is super exciting. I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to try to get this thing sorted and just experience it, own it, and enjoy it. Okay, and with the rest of the fleet, we're now up to 6 cars, which is insane. The ML55, the E420 sitting back there, the ML63, the C55, the C36, and now the CLK55. I am gonna have to let a few cars go, not necessarily because of like money or anything like that. It's just I don't want to try to handle 6 cars. 5 was already a lot, so my goal is to get back down to 4, which means the ML63 is going to be sold as soon as I get the AC compressor sorted out on that, and most likely the E420 will also be up for sale here soon once I get a few more things, especially like get the hood painted and things like that. So if you're interested in either one of the cars, let me know. Both of them are obviously in really good shape, and you guys have seen a lot of details on all of them on the channel. But yeah, those are going to be kind of moving along, and it's going to give us room to really go kind of wild with the C55 build as far as pushing it towards track progress, and then really get to focus on the M113K as a platform in general and this car as a whole. C36 isn't going anywhere. This thing has just been kind of sitting, waiting for some parts, and I'll be throwing that together, getting it happy, and kind of going to be my daily driver once the E420 is gone, because that's what both of these have been, the ML63 and the E420. But yeah, I think hopefully you guys are happy with that trade-off, getting a car like this and having those two kind of move down along the road and hopefully to some good owners. I will make sure of that. But yeah, I think we got a good trade here, so let me know what you guys think. Probably gonna wrap it up right here. I know this is a awkward, weird kind of introduction video. It's not what you guys might have come to expect, but we got to get this thing moving. So I want to share with you guys. I don't want to keep it a secret and then try to have this big giant reveal. I would rather just be transparent with you guys and let you know what's going on and get you filled in. So hope you guys are excited. This is a crazy car and I am so excited to kind of get it underway, get it proper and get it sorted, and take you guys out on some adventures with it, because this thing can boogie, this thing can move, and we're gonna get it right. That said, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, huge shout out to you, Alex, again, and I hope you guys are looking forward to the adventures we're gonna have with the new CLK 55K, I guess. CLK 55K. Anyways, we'll have to figure out a name for it, but let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? What should we do with it? What should this car become? What are the first things I should be looking at? And yeah, just overall, what are your guys' thoughts? I hope you guys are excited. I know I am. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.